Today we are going to design this animated home page. So let us see why this home page is known as animated home page. You can see the hover effect of this home page, right? See, each of the picture will flip its position, and we can see when the user will bring the mouse cursor over the content, all the pictures will change its position, and individually each of those picture will flip to its position, right? You can see each of the picture will flip to its position, right? So this is how this page is called as the animated home page. So today we are going to design this animated home page. So let us start designing this animated home page. So let me again repeat that if you have not subscribed my channel, please do subscribe my channel and support me so that I can present you many videos like this. So let us start. So if you just see the page, it has three parts: header part, content part, that is the mid section. In the content I just have 4 pictures here, and the picture will move and shift its position and it will flip, you can see. So this is the mid section, and we have got the footer section. So I will create first 3 div: header div, mid section and the footer, right? So let me start. So here I will write header, and after that mid, and at last footer. So 3 div that I have taken over here, right? So now we are writing the code here in this home.html page. So it is a blank page because you can see, so I have not written anything, right? So it will display a blank, right? Only I can see the title because title has been written, right? So here we know that inside the head we can write the style opening and closing tag. So inside the style opening and closing tag we can define the CSS property and value for the HTML element. So right, so here I will define the CSS property and value for this header. So if I write here header height, so height will be 150 px, and background color, so let me just give a background color, right? And now I will check how it looks. So you can see this is the header that we have created. Fine. Now body has some default margin that I will remove, right? So body margin will be removed. You can see this blank space, so this is the default margin of the body which I will remove now, right? Now here I will write footer. So for this footer, which I have defined as a ID type selector, I am writing the CSS property for that. So height will be not more than 80 px, right? And background color will be let's say, So this will be the background color. Now let me check how it looks. Now this is the footer should be positioned at the bottom, right? So that I will do later. So now inside the footer I will take a paragraph, right, and I will write here that so something you can write over here, right? So now let me see how it looks. So this is the footer, this is how it will looks. Now it has to be appear right in the center. So here I will write footer paragraph, right? That means the paragraph which has been set under the footer. So that I will do one thing. I will increase the font size. Font size will be 28 px. Color will be white, right? And if I had to get this right at the center, for that I will do one thing. So in the footer here I will write display flex, right? We know that combination of 3 CSS property and value will get it right at the center. Align item center and justified content center. Now we know very well we have used this 3 CSS property and value several times. We know that by the combination of these 3 CSS property and value, what we can do, we can bring anything right at the center, right? That you can see it came right at the center. Fine. Now I will do one thing. Just inside the header here I will divide this header part first. So here first I will add a heading, h1 heading, right? Inside the h1 heading I will write this thing only. I will write over there inside the heading. So if I write this thing here inside the header part, I will place this heading tag, right? Now here I will write header h1 and margin 0 px. I will remove the margin of the heading and line height. So the line height, I will just apply the line height. So the line height, that will be not more than 80 px, right? Now text align, that will be at the center. Text align will be at the center. And now let us see how it looks. Right. Now I will also do one thing. I will change the color. Color will be white. Just see, color has been changed to white. Still it is not over. I will change the font style. To change the font style, I will declare a font face, right? So here I have already downloaded some font over here. From this I will just select a font, right? So you can see here I will write src url and I will locate a font. So from the font folder I will take a font. I will take this font. So how can I apply this font to this h1 heading? For that I have to declare a group, that is font family group, and I will define a username. Let's say font1. So instead of writing font1, you could have written anything else. This is a user defined name by which you can just use this group of family font, and you can assign this font style to any text, right? So let me show you. So here I will write I will first call this group of family font, that is font family group I will call, and I will use that font 1 to apply this font style to this heading. So here I will write font 1. Now you can see, right, the font style has been changed. Now I will also change this font style. So for to apply the font style over there, I will do one thing. I will copy this once more, and I will just do one thing. I will name is font. I will name the family group, that is font family group, as font 2, and a different style I will take here, not this style. So I will take this style, a different style. So this is a separate font style, right? And this font style will be the member of this group, that is font family group, and user defined name I have given, that is font 2. So by calling this font 2, I can directly use this style, right? So you can see here this paragraph which is kept under the footer. For this I will use that by first I have to apply the font family group, and I will write font 2. So font 2, that the user defined name which I have given here to declare this font face, and this style I can apply this style which will now incorporate to this paragraph which has been kept under the footer, right? I hope you have understood. Now let me show you. You can see the style has been changed. Now under this footer I will do one thing. I will just I will create a navigation bar, right? So you can see this is the header section. The header section has been divided by two parts. The first part will be the heading tag. After that I will create another part, that will be another div, right? So this is the bottom part of the header section. So this will be named as menu, right? So the header section has been divided by two parts. The first part is the heading tag, the second part is that is the bottom part below the heading, that will be the menu. So here I will write, this is the ID selector which I have used for declaring the menu, right? Now for the menu I will give height will be, let's say 70 px, right? And background color, that will be not more than, okay, just less than black color, close to black color. So I will just give this color. Let's give this color, right? So now let us see how it looks. You can see this is the menu portion. So now I can do one thing inside the menu portion. So inside the menu I will keep two parts, that is the navigation bar and logo. So to create a navigation bar I will use the unordered list. I will use unordered list to create the navigation bar. So you know that unordered list that contains the list that will be referred by li, right? So 5 list I will take because I want to create 5 menu under this navigation bar. The first will be home, the second will be about us, right? And the third will be gallery. The fourth will be, after the gallery I will write query. The fifth will be contact us, right? Now okay, so now let's see how it looks, right? You can see. Now still I have to do one thing. First thing I will do, I have to write the CSS for the unordered list which I have created just now under the menu. So here I will write menu UL, right? And let me write here menu UL li. So you can see this list which is kept inside the unordered list, and another list that has been placed inside the menu. So this is the flow which I have written. Now here I will write float left, right, and color will be white. Now let's see how it looks. Now you can see it has been shifted right side one after another in a horizontal way. Previously it was shown in a vertical manner, but now it has spread in a horizontal way. Right, now first thing I will do, I will write width for the UL. The width will be, let's say, 50%, right, and I will give a color, background color, that will be red, right. So I will remove the background color later. So now I have given the background color to just identify how much space it has taken. So with the color I also need to give the height. So I will also give height will be 70 px, right. So why I have given 70 px height for the UL? Because the height of the menu, that is 70 px. So height of the UL which is kept inside the menu, that should not exceed 70 px, right. You can see over here, this is the height. So this much width the UL, that is the another list, has occupied. So the red color I will remove later, right. So now you can see. So now I will write the width property for the LI. So here I will write width, that will be 20%. Now why I have given 20%? Because you can see I have got 5 menu. So 5 into 20, that is 100%. So it will occupy total space of the unordered list. So you can see now, right. Now another thing I will do over here, that is, you can see text align, that is center. So each of those LI, that is each of those menu, will align at the horizontal center, right. Now you can see this dots are nothing but the list style. So I will remove those. List style, none, I don't need any list style. Another thing I will do, that is I will get those to vertical center. To get those to vertical center, I have to write line height. Line height how much? 70 px. Why I have written line height 70 px? Simply because the height of the unordered list, that is 70 px. So the line height of the menu should not exceed 70 px, right. So that is why I have written. You can see still it is not at the vertical center and this dot exists. So if I refresh now, you can see all the dot has been removed, right. All the dot has been removed and it had appeared right at the center. So now I have to remove something else. The unordered list has some default margin which I will remove. So margin will be 0 px. Let's see. You can see the margin will be 0 px. Now it appeared properly with the same line height of the menu, and also it has some padding. I will remove the padding. So by default the unordered list has padding and margin which we need to remove. So I have removed those. Now you can see it will appear right at the center, right. So if you want, you can increase the font size of the LI. Font size I will increase to 24 px, right, and right, 24 px, fine. Now I will do one thing. I will remove this background red color. I don't need this background red color. Now this is how it will look. Now I will do one thing. I will apply the hover effect right here. So if the user bring the mouse cursor over those menu, the background color will change. The background color will be black, right. So let me show you. You can see the background color will change to black. So but this will happen slowly, not immediately. So I will write here transition duration, if that I set to 1 is, so it will take 1 second for changing the background color. It will not happen immediately. You can see it is happening immediately. Once I get the mouse over the menu, the color is changing, but this change of color will happen slowly if I apply the transition duration. Now you can see it is happening slowly and slowly. Now I will do one thing. I will just decrease the opacity of the color for the menu. I think this will look better. Fine, just see, slowly the background color is changing. Now I will put a logo at the right side. So you can see inside the header, the top portion I have, that is heading tag, and the bottom portion I have taken a menu div, right? And inside the menu div I have got the navigation bar, which actually has occupied 50% of the width, right? And just under the UL I will write another div. So this div will be the logo. So here I will name this div as logo. So this div will be identified as a logo div, right? You can see what I have written now. So here I will write, I can write here logo. So width of the logo div, that will be 160 px. Now height of the logo div, that will be not more than 70 px. Why I have taken 70 px? So that should match the height of the menu. So menu height I have given 70 px, UL height, that is also 70 px, and the height of the menu, that is also 70 px. So that is why the logo height should be 70 px and not more than that. So now I will take a background image, right? And you can see, so under the image folder I have this many number of images. You can see, so inside this folder I have got image folder, and here I have got this many number of images. From there I have taken an image, right? So now background size will be 100% and 100%. Now let's see how it looks, right? So logo has been created. So one thing that I have to do over here, I have given width, height of the logo, logo spelling is fine, everything is right. So one thing I will do over there, that is float right. So that should be positioned at the right side, no? So I have written float right. So logo will be positioned at the right side, and for this UL, that should be aligned at the left side. So I will write float left. So this navigation bar which I have created by the unordered list, that should be at the left side, and the logo which I have created that's just now, this should be aligned. This should be aligned at the right hand side, right? Now everything is ready. Now let me show you how it looks. You can see I have got the logo at the right side, and here at the left side I have got the navigation bar. Now I have to create the mid section. The footer has to be fit at the bottom, and in between we should have the mid section, right? So now here I will write mid. So you can see I have created a mid div over here. Mid div, for that I have to write the height and width. So here I will write height. The height will be not more than 100%. So I have to do some calculation over here. Just see the calculation. So 100% minus the height of the header plus the height of the footer. So let us see how much height I have given for the header and footer. You can see, very simple. Inside the header I have got the h1 heading tag, which actually has occupied the height of 80 px, and also under that I have got the menu, which also has occupied the height of 70 px. Total 80 plus 70, how much? 150 px. And I also have got the footer, which has occupied the height of 80 px, total 230 px. So if I just deduct here 230 px, right? So 100% height minus 230 px, so that will be the height of the midsection. You can see this is the midsection. Fine. Now what I will be doing, just here I will add a background image, right? So let me add the background image over here. So inside the image folder I have got the background image, and image size I will set 100%. Fine. Now let us see how it looks. You can see this is the image which I have set as a background image for the midsection. Now I will create those animated portrait. So how can I do that? The first thing that I am going to do, inside the midsection I will create another mid. So I will take a div, and here I will write inner. So I have written inner mid, right? So let me write the CSS for this inner mid. Inner mid, right? So let me write the CSS for the inner mid. So I will take a width will be 1200 px, right? And height will be, let's say, 600 px. Fine. Now let me just give a border will be 2 px white. So let me see how it looks now. So you can see. So I will do one thing, I will just reduce the height to 400 px, so that it will set to the fit. It will just get and fit this inside the mid. So right, you can see white border. Fine. Now I have to get this thing right at the center. So how can I do that? So if I write here in the mid section, if I write here display flex align item center, justify content center. Now we know that by combination of these three CSS property and value, we can get any item right at the center. So we have got this right at the center. Now inside this I will add those picture one after another. So let us add the picture over here. So here I will do one thing, not here, inside the inner mid. So you can see image, right? Instead of image I can also take div. So let me name this as I will do one thing, I will write the style over here, right? And here I will do one thing, I will write background image, and background image I will take for this div inside the folder. You can see this 4 picture I have. The first picture I have set here. Now this will carry second picture. So I have taken 4 div. 4 div will carry 4 picture, right? So you can see what I have written over here. Now I have to write the CSS for these 4 div. So simply I can write over here that inner mid, right, div. So by writing in this way I can assign the CSS property for all those 4 div, right. So if I write here that width, how much width I will give, so just calculate that how much width you want to give. So let give the width of 250 px. So and height let us give the height of 350 px. Now let's see how it looks. Another thing I will write here, float left right, float left. Now just see how it looks. You can see those 4 picture, right. And another thing that we have to add over here, that is background size, right. Background size will be 100% and 100%. So now you can see all those 4 pictures has been set like this over here, right. Now just calculate the width of the div, that is 1200 px. This white border div, that div has the width of 1200 px, and I have got 4 pictures inside that div which already had occupied 250 into 4, that is 1000 px. So how much is left? 200 px that is left, 1000 px that has been occupied by 4 divs. Have you understood the calculation? I hope you have understood the calculation. So you can see this space is 200 px, right, 200 px. Now I will add the position for this 4 picture, right. So just let us add the position. So now you can see we have got this 4 div, right, and all these div that have been aligned one after another. Why? That is because by default the position of the div is relative position. When the position will be relative, then the object will appear one after another, right. Now what I will do here, for the div I will write the position over here. The position will be not relative, that will be absolute. As I told you, by default the position is to be relative for all objects, right. So now I have given the position that is now absolute. So position that is the property, absolute will be the value. Now what will happen? Let us see. So now if I go and refresh the browser, now you can see all the 3 div, or you can say all the 3 pictures which was there inside the div has disappeared, right. We only can see one div, or you can say one picture. Actually, let me show you, we are just watching the first div, or you can say the first picture, that is here. So we can only see this particular div, and inside the div this is the picture which is said to be as a background picture. So that is why we can only see this div, right, and these 3 divs that we can't see. Why we can't see? That is the question, right. So let me tell you that these 3 divs are there only, but the position has been changed. As I have given the position absolute, all these 3 divs will be positioned right at this point. The starting position will be right at here, that you can see the border at the starting position. All the divs will be at the starting position, right. Now you just try to imagine if all the div will be at the starting position, that means each of these div are set one after another. Try to imagine a card. We play card, no? While we play card, if we just arrange all the card, now what we can see? We can only see the first card from the top. From the top view, we can only see the first card, and all other card which are kept just below the first card, that will not be seen, that will be invisible, right? So same thing that has happened over here. Only we can see the first div, and other three div that we can't see, but all those divs exist, that actually those div have gone behind this div, that is why we can't see, right? So we have just applied the position here absolute. So this is very very important for the animation purpose, as we are going to do the animation, no? For that we have set this property, that is position absolute. Now let us move on, right? So see what I will do. Now the second div has to be placed over here. Just see my cursor here. Now for that I will write here, just see what I am going to write. So now here I will write int child, right? So you must know this is child type selector. So what does this mean? This means I am going to address the second div. So this is the child div. There are 4 divs, right? Now I am addressing to this div by writing over here like this, inside the inner mid div. Now the second child div, that is the second div, right? So here I will write just the margin, so margin left. If I write the margin left 250 px, what will happen? Let's see, 250 px. So I have written margin left, that is 250 px, right? For the second div, that is for the second div. Now just see what happened. If I refresh the browser, now you can see this is the second picture. So here I have taken margin for the second div. How much margin? That is 250 px. You can see 250 px. Why I have taken margin 250 px? Because the width of each div is 250 px. As because all the div has gone one after another behind the first div, if I give 150, that is 250 px, that is the width, the margin which will be equal to the width of the div, then the second div will appear just after that, right? Now you can see. Now I want to add further margin here, further margin. How much margin? Now let me just do the calculation. The width of the inner mid div, that is 1200 px. Now there are 4 picture. We have taken 4 picture, right, inside the 4 div, right, as a background picture, right? Now each of the div having the width of 250 px. Now 250 into 4, 1000 px. 4 div will occupy 1000 px. Now deduct 1000 px from 1200 px, 200 px that is left. Now I will do one thing, I will deduct 200 px by 3, that will be 66 px point something. So if I add another 66 px here, so what will happen? So let me add here another 66, so it will be 316, right? This much will be, right? Now if I write here like this 0.66, so this will be exact. Now just see what will happen, right? We have got the margin. Now I will do one thing, this thing I will copy, and here I will write 3. That means I am going to address third div. This is third div, child div, right? Now here I will add 250 plus 250, that is 250 plus 250, that is 500. 500 plus 66, and here also it will be 66, right? That means 132 plus 500, that means it will be how much? 500 plus 132, that means 632, this much, 632, or I may write 633 px. So let me just see, fine, right? Now for the fourth div I am going to write here, just see. So how many picture? 1 2 3, 250 into 3, that is 750, and now 66, and here also it will be 66. So 192, how much? 66 and 66, or it will be better if you do one thing, that is 1200 minus, if you deduct 1200 minus 250, that will be 950. So it is better if you write here 950. Just see, right? You can see it is fit to this white box. Now you can see I will just add margin at the top position. I will add margin, so I will add margin at the top position for the first child div. So here I will write 1, right? So margin top, that will be 20 px, only for the first one, only for the first one. Just see, margin top, right? And here I will write transform skew y minus 3. So just see how will it look. Now you can see 3 is much less. If I make it to 5, that will be good. Just see, you can see, fine, right? It has been bended left side because I have written skewed, transform skewed, that is 5 degree, right? And if I copy this, and same thing I will put it here for the fourth div. Just see, but this will be positive, not negative, because it will bend other side. This one, it will bend other side, and margin top will be 20 px, right? Fine. Now it is the time to perform the animation. So first thing I will do, I will just apply hover effect to each of this div. So to do that, I will do one thing. If I write here so if I just write hover for the first one, for the first div, I am applying the hover effect. So what it will happen over here? So if I write here transform scale, right, x, that is -1. So just see, it will skew. Now this thing will happen slowly and slowly. So just see, if I write here transition duration 3s, so this will happen slowly and slowly. Just see, slowly and slowly, right? Now I will do one thing here also. I will write transition duration, that is 1s. So for that, you can see slowly, if I move the mouse, see, slowly it is just rotating, flipping, it is having the flip effect. And once I remove the mouse, it is taking 3 seconds, and now it is taking 1 second. For the reversal, we can see, for the reversal it will take 1 second, and for the first time using the hover, the skew effect with the hover, it will take 3 seconds, and the reversal process will go through within the 1 second. Right, now same thing I will apply for all. So you can just see, let me apply this thing for all. I will write 2, right, and instead of that, if I write like this, just see, if I just write like this, instead of writing to each of those, I can also write like this. See, I can write it over here, see, over here. So for all, not for only one div, for all. So all the div which are placed inside the inner mid div, all those 4 div which are placed inside the inner div, that will have hover effect. Now see, just see, you can see, these two are not working. I think for those two I have to write separately. So let me write separately for those two. So if I just go and write here separately, okay, so separately I will write for those two. For the first one and for the last one, right. So just see, right. Now here I will do one thing, also something more I have to change, that is this effect has to be changed over here. Now this will be minus, right, and for this one this will be positive, because opposite side it will bend. Just see, just see, okay. Now here I will add here one thing, just see, now it will change the position. So each and every div will change its position. For that I have to write over here, that is, if the user will hover over the mid div, right, mid div, then what will happen then? Then the inner mid div, that is here, inner mid div, after that div and the first child one, this one, it will change the position. So what position it will take, let me show you here. So this is the first div, no, so it will take this position. So if I write, just see, so if user hover the center, that is mid div, then what will happen? Inside the inner mid div, the first element, child element, that is first child element, the element div, that will take this margin, that is 950 px. Why 950 px margin? That is the margin of the, you can see, fourth div. Let me show you. This is the div, right? It has margin of 950 px from the starting. Now I am applying the same margin for this particular div, so that this will come here, this div will come here and change the position. Just see what will happen. Now let me show you. Now if I refresh and bring the mouse over here, now you can see it will change the position. Just let me see once more what happened. So this one, if I just write like this, let me see. Okay, one thing I have to change over here. If I innermate, INNER, innermate, just let me see. Just wait. Just see, right? Just see. Can you see the position that has been changed, right? Now same thing I will do for all. Now I will do it for the second one, for the second child div, that is for this one. So this div will go here, right? This div will go here. For that, the margin left which I have given for the third div, that I have to apply for the second div, right? So you can see for the third div I have given margin, that is 633 px. So this margin I will apply now for the second one with the hover effect here, right? Just see, right? You can see now, right? Now just see what I will do over here. Now for the third one will come to the second position. So for the second, you can see for the second picture, the margin which I have given earlier, that you can see over here, for the second picture, this was the margin. This margin I will put it for the third one. Just see, very easy, right? Here, right? Now just see. And the fourth one will be margin left 0 px. Why margin left will be 0 px? Because you can see the fourth one will come here, that means 0 px margin. For the first picture there was no margin, no? So let me just show you, right? Just see, right? Just see. Now you can see. Another thing I have to just change over here, that is here the skew I have to change here. This thing I have to write over here. Yeah, let's see. Just see this one. And so for the fourth one, this will be the skew effect, and for the first one, we can see for the first one here, this will be the skew, right? Now just see, right? Now see, each of those will rotate. You see, right? Now I will just remove the border. Yeah, so you can see I have given a border for the inner middiff. Border I have given earlier only to align the photo, so now I did not require this border. I will just remove the border. Now you can see border is no more required, right? Simply it will work. Like this 2 is not rotating. Just let me check why this 2 is not rotating. So just let me once check. So you can see what I've done. So here I have written inner middiff should hover, and slowly it will hover. You can see it will rotate slowly. And for this one, the first one I have written this will also hover here. And let me just cut this thing from here. If I put it right at the bottom here, just let me see, will it hover or not. Now you can see it is hovering, right? See, right, see, now it will hover. Just see, it is hovering, right? Now so what I have to do, and another one is here, this one, this one, fourth one, right? You can see, just let me just check. Another one is fourth one, this one also I will take it over here at the last. Just see, now it will all will hover. Just see, this is a animated home page which I have created, right? Animated home page. Each of those will just flip individually. Just see, each of the picture is flipping individually, right? You can see. And if I bring the mouse over here, all the picture is slowly changing its position, right? Just see. Now I hope you will love this video. So I have completed designing this animated home page for you, and many more video I'll prepare, but for that you have to subscribe the channel. I request you, if you have not subscribed my channel yet, then please do subscribe the channel and support me, so that I will present you this kind of videos more. And let me inform you one thing, that if you are the beginners, if you don't know how to start writing the basic HTML and CSS, you can visit the website. That website link I will give in the description below. You find the website link there. I have given detailed lecture for the beginners from the starting level, how to write basic HTML tags, then how to apply the CSS property from the very basics level, right? Then I have also explained JavaScript. 3 things are most important for designing a website, that is HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Unless you will be the master of these 3 things, you can't ever be a good front-end designer. To be a good front-end designer, you have to gain at least enough knowledge in HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So I am Biswajit Mukherjee. So I have already prepared many lectures and I have uploaded to my channel. I have my own websites where you can do these free courses. Website link you will find in the description below. and after completing the website, after completing watching all the video lectures, be competent enough, and you can also give exam. In the website you will find a exam menu, and from that menu you can give exam, online examination. The examination will be taken in MCQ mode. You have to register your detail first. After that, enrollment number that will be generated after you're completing the registration process. So with that enrollment number you can give exam. If you can successfully score the pass marks, that is 40, you can give exam again. So for that again we have to generate another enrollment number by your Aadhaar number and date of birth. So that option will be available in the website that you can find over there. So if you score 40 or above, then a certificate will be generated. You can download the certificate from the certificate option. There is option where you can download the certificate. So you can find the website given below in the link, so that you can start as a beginners from the basics level, right? So thank you for paying attention and watching this video till the end, and support me, subscribe my channel. If you like this video, please click the like button and share this video to your friends, relatives and anybody, so that I can help everybody. And okay, thank you for today. Let me close the class. So I will end the class over here.